Hi Anna, this is Joyce, and I want to show you what I've done for Module 6. I've got my screen here set to the student view, so we'll go to my Sandbox course, open up the sidebar. You can see it's out of sequence, but number 4 on this workshop was to organize information on the main menu sidebar, and you see that I have put in some dividers. I've renamed the groups as theory map building teams, course content to unit course content. So I know now how to go add in the instructor view items to this board and how to move them up and down. All right, let's go to the next thing. You want us to create a content page in our learning module, and here on this page under unit content you can see that I've done that. I've got a course content page and a module. The next was to add hyperlinks and images to pages. So we'll do the hyperlink first. When you go into Unit 1, the first activity is an icebreaker, and ask the students to create a video about themselves. This course I made up for our Sandbox to play. But they would go in and tell us about themselves and then their view of consciousness before they read the other theories and philosophies of consciousness. So then they would need to know how to use Screencast-O-Matic if they don't know how to use the camera on their computer. And then so here's a hyperlink that takes them to the page, and I have it set to the tutorial on how to use Screencast-O-Matic for the free version. Alright, so now that would have been the hyperlink. Image to page. We go back to from the learning module into the content folder. Then you see here an image that click on this picture to find an article, and this article is about the biology behind consciousness, and that image then takes you to a page. And there you see I lifted that image from that page, and it takes you to this page with this conversation on what is consciousness. The next was to have embedded videos directly onto a page using an embed code. So back into our content page, when we go to this unit and we go to the second part of the unit in the content. By the way, when I have the images, you see in my pages, the image citation takes you to the image, not to the link for the page. This would be one way to embed the video. Takes you right to Jill Bolte Taylor's TED Talk on My Stroke of Insight, which is excellent, by the way. I read her book called My Stroke of Insight. Then it's upstairs. Then in the search for evidence here, in the Unit 2, you can see another way to embed the video right here in the page. This is Dr. Amit Goswami, a quantum physicist, believes that instead of the view that consciousness emerges from matter, he believes that matter emerges from consciousness, and believes that quantum physics can support that. So that's another form of video, and there's yet a third form of video here on this page with Michio Kaku, in which I have a mashup of a YouTube video on the page. That also works.
I'm a scientist, and when we try to look at something, we try to quantify it.
I saw him
try to rank it in terms
at a
of
conference.
levels, give a numerical scale.
It's really fascinating. So let me, Michio Kaku. So let me go and show you a lesson that I learned from this unit. When I go into this learning module, watch what happens when I click on the Michio Kaku page from the student point of view. It goes straight to his interview on the 3 stages of consciousness. Okay, and what I just showed you before, we were down here, and you could see this image. You could have the embedded video. So the difference is that, now I'm going to turn off the student view, is when I built this page for Michio Kaku inside of the learning module, it had all this information. But what I discovered was when I went into the student view that the students never saw this page of information when I used this link to a video. So I went back in, and in the I wanted to leave it in. I can delete it, but I left it in to show you that when I built it as an item, the same information, then the student got to see this information before they watched the video. So I found that building an item offered features that were not offered when I made it, when I built it as a link to a video. So that means I did the content page, learning module, hyperlinks, the hyperlinks are in there twice. Once is to link when I'm telling them we're going to build a Poplet with the different, as they begin to unpack theories, we're going to try to look at the relationships between theories and build a Poplet in groups. And there's a link to the Poplet page, and I didn't show you that, but it's in there. And then the here it is. We're going to amass a lot of evidence. It can be overwhelming, so we're going to get in small groups and start building this visual map using this Poplet, and then I have the link to the Poplet page. And you also saw I had the link for how to use Screencast-O-Matic. And then the image to the page where was the conversation on the biological aspects of consciousness. And, of course, 3 different ways to embed videos using the embed code. Okay, so the embed code, the mashup, and the direct link to video. Okay, so thank you very much.